Welcome to Tech Ties and Human Vibes, where we explore the tech that powers modern businesses and drives innovation. I'm Adam, and with me is Nancy. We'll be talking to entrepreneurs, innovators, and industry experts about the tools they use, the challenges they face, and how technology is shaping the future of work. Let's dive in.
Hey there, everybody. I am Nancy Henriquez, CEO and founder of Sibyl Consulting Group, and I am here with my fabulous partners, and I am so happy and excited to be here with them. Adam,
Yes.
Leslie,
What's up?
awesome.
We are here and we're excited.
We are.
Yes. I could actually squeal. I am squealing. Excitement. So I wanted to kind of introduce ourselves to the world. We're coming together and forming Sibyl Consulting Group. And so to begin with, who are we? Because not everybody knows who we are. So let's start there. Adam, you want to introduce yourself,
Sure,
give us a little bit of your background, and go from there.
All right. Well, I am Adam Nelson. I have, I've been around for 46 years now.
Is that it?
Yeah. Listen, we don't have to tell ages, but I just went ahead and threw mine out there. Yeah. I've been in the marketing and events world for way longer than I realize, I guess. I don't even realize how long it's been, to be honest with you. I guess I should have looked, but I don't know. But I know I've been, started off in Austin, Texas. Give me a second. Like, I really want to know now. Hold on.
Get out the calendar.
Yeah,
Right?
I need to look here really quick.
Was it in the 90s, 80s, 70s? Am I dating you too much?
A little too much. A little too
That
much.
far away,
All right,
Nancy.
all right.
Jeez.
We're going the other way, all right? So 2000s.
Early aughts.
Yeah, 2005 it looks like. 2005. Yeah, I started off with a company in Austin, Texas, running their events, and I actually started off with them as a designer, is what I got hired for, or assistant designer, I think, something like that. And then worked my way into events and marketing, and from there on to another position as a trade show consultant, and then ended up working for Super Ops, as you and I both know. That's where we met each other. And good times, and I've been working in marketing and just love it. So that's about me.
Awesome. It's crazy to realize that 2005, that's 20 years.
That is 20 years.
Woo.
I don't think we should discuss how long that is.
I'm just saying, I have a child that age now, so that year, like.
I was questioning even if you were born. I wasn't sure.
I have a 20-year-old child born in 2005, almost 20. So that's craziness, right?
Wow.
So you had a kid at 2 then, is that right?
No, that would be a little weird. So we've got our marketing arm, with trade.
Trade show and event.
Trade show and event experience and all of that. So that's fantastic. We're going to go to the opposite end here. And
That's me.
Leslie.
Yeah. So my name is Leslie Farmer. I started out of college in 2005 at a small software company. So I've also been doing this 20 years. So that's exciting. I'm just a little younger than Adam, but we don't need to know how much younger yet. So I went to Texas A&M University, and I majored in management information systems, and I love computers and business, and that was at the time, that was the option. Like, if you wanted to get a formal degree, something like MIS was it. So that was great. I had a really amazing computer teacher in high school that made me realize that I love computers and stuff, and that was really, really amazing to be able to see that. And if you are doing the math, that was in the late 90s that I was in high school, and we had a digital camera in that computer class that was probably a few $1,000s worth of, it was like 8 megapixels or something, like ridiculous. And it was just so cool to see over the years, like, how much technology and stuff has changed. So that's probably a whole nother podcast. But so I graduated. I started working at a small software company. I loved it. It was great. I worked there for a lot of the 20 years recently. I left in 2023 and then started my own consulting company doing software consulting. So I kind of moved my way up through that company and from a customer support software aspect to project management, customer relationship management, director of customer care. So I was, heavily involved in that software company, which was really cool. They also are in a very specific industry and cater to small and medium-sized businesses. So there were a lot of my clients that are third, fourth, and fifth generation that were running that business, and it was so cool to see that technology again, that how much it evolved over the time that I was there. And I just love technology, business, making it, helping, figuring out how to help it, help us use it better and more efficiently in our lives. And so that is me so far. That's so far. That's it.
Love it. Love
Yeah.
it. So one thing that I have to say, like before I go into my introduction, is the fact that we have, you guys are talking about 20 years of experience, right? And such different experience from trade shows, events, marketing, design, to systems, training, you name it, customer care, all of that. You did that within your organization as well. And so for me in 2005, like I said, I was having a kid.
That's a lot.
Yeah, more than I did.
So 2005 for me, I had already graduated high school. Thankfully, that was like the one thing that I wanted to do before I had a kid, was say I graduated. Even though I was still a teenager, I graduated high school. But had a kid. Went immediately into the IT world right after high school, and I started working for a local break fix shop. For those that don't know what that is, it's your computer breaks and then you take it into a store and they fix it for you. Mm-hmm. That's way before what is now known as managed services. And so at 22, I started my own company, providing those break fix services, moving into the managed services a little bit thereafter. And then I sold that business 8 years later and started my second business, which was an MSP, the managed services. And then from there, I sold that one after 5 years and went on to work at the MSP that acquired mine, which is where Leslie and I met, actually.
That is how we met. I forgot to add that part in, but.
Yeah, so that's how we met. And then after that, I went to work for a vendor, which was a software company, and that was where Super Ops, and that's where Adam and I met. And so together, it was kind of like we have all this wide breadth of experience, not just in one area, but multiple different facets of it. And how do we bring that together and then be able to help others with it, especially because these are the points where most companies have the most challenges from when it comes to sales, marketing, and operations. So I immediately saw you guys. Like I was like, these are like my soulmates from other places, and I had to bring you all together so that we could come together and help others. So that's who we are and what we're doing, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds exciting. It sounds exciting. I know I can look over my career, and I can pick out people that I've worked with that I don't really, maybe call them mentors, whatever, just people that have had a defined recognition in my life, right? Now, can you do that? And I ask that because, like Leslie and I, we've worked for other companies. Most of your career has been you starting grassroots.
Yeah.
It's just you.
Yep.
You and your babies.
Yep. I had partners along the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I definitely had partners along the way. I don't believe anything or anybody can do anything on their own. So that was like immediately the first thing for me, is always finding who are the right people to have in your life, in your corner, whatever that may be. Yeah. But especially in business, you can't go at it alone. It's so like, it's so lonely. Yeah. It really is if you go at it alone. So for me, from the very beginning, I didn't know this. I didn't figure that out until much later on. But having a community around you was like the best place to be, and really that's what led to a lot of my exits has been because of mentors or people that guided me through my career. So that's for sure something that. And I think that's ultimately speaking what brought us together at the end of the day. I had a mentor that hired me for super ops, and then I had a mentor that I sold to that ultimately brought us together.
Yeah.
So, hey, kudos
Very
to them
thankful.
for that.
Yeah, exactly. Very thankful for that. And I think that says a lot about, where you, like looking back over however many number of years it might be that we may or may not keep repeating, but looking back and seeing those points, those people that made a difference. So whether it was an old boss, an old coworker, a client, I can name so many that like made such a difference to who I am and my professional career, that also, would either push me along the way or help pick me up if something went wrong. And like, I 100% do that for the people that I manage. And I want to be that person going forward, as a small business owner, and helping other people and that networking. And hey, I think you two should meet because I think there's some synergy there,
Right.
whether or not I get anything out of it. I think there's such a big part of like giving back to the community that you're in and that have helped you get there.
So
New
I'm
and
hearing
old.
a word that you both are saying. Community.
Community. Yeah.
Right. And I
huge.
can get on board with that. It is a big deal. It's a big deal to surround yourself with people that think like you. It's, that act maybe not exactly like you.
Yeah.
I don't want those people around me because I don't act the best. So
We know. Well, we know. But, just kidding.
Ooh, so early on, we're already telling secrets. Oh, I love it. So one of the things that has brought us together is not just, and I like to say that we're not the typical consulting firm, right? So I have to point out the fact that one of the things that I feel makes us not your typical consulting firm is the wide breadth of experience that we do have in all the different areas. For me, I did not come from formal education. I learned everything on the job, Google. Or through experience, through others, reading books, so on and so forth, right? That's how I got a lot of my experience, and then just kind of over time naturally seeing what am I actually good at and what are my strengths and so on and so forth. And I feel one of those strengths is being able to kind of see others' strengths and being able to pull that out of them. And I feel like that's kind of another reason what brought us together in that sense. You two have definitely been people along my career that I've seen, and I've seen how you guys work. And for me, it was like, that is excellent. Like, you are so good at what you do that allows me to be good at what I do. And I feel like that's just, the part of the magic that exists. And to go even further than that, I feel like it's one of those where now we talk about customers and the businesses that we help, and I feel like that just goes further to within that. So it's like layers and layers of
Like an onion.
like an onion.
Yeah.
Like an onion. I always use that reference. I love it.
that's funny.
Oh yeah, and everything's like an onion in that
Yeah.
sense. Like we talk about operations, and it's like that's very much an onion. Sometimes they make you
Yeah,
cry.
I've actually heard you say that in an operations situation.
I have. Yeah.
You're like, how can we do this better? Let's just peel
let's
one
peel it
layer off
away.
of
Let's
that.
figure it out. Yeah. There's always a reason underneath, and it's like an onion.
So I would say that's one of the things that makes us different than, as your not typical consulting firm. I would say that that's one of the things. Adam, what do you think makes us different?
I agree with your statement there. I know from the marketing side, and I'm going to be very, very vague, but I've seen a lot of, especially for like the MSP world, right? The managed service provider world. I've seen a lot of companies out there just selling just generic plans, right? A generic plan for you to be successful. And one of the things that we do differently is we try to figure out what your ideal, customer profile is. We ask questions to try to figure that out. And then we dive in a little bit deeper because we want to not just give you a plan and say, hey, you just do this and it's going to work. Because it doesn't always work. And it's not fair to assume that everything is going to work for everybody. And it's not fair. So what we do is we dive deep in and understand your business and understand how you operate as an individual, and then we help find that good fit for you. So that's kind of a little bit of a difference there.
Yeah. Same, I would say in a mirror way, which is why this all makes a lot of sense. On the software side of things, the systems, the processes, same thing. We do a deep dive. We'll help make sure we understand your business, how you run it, what you're doing, the industry that you're in, whatever industry that you're serving, whether it's for your clients or the industry that you exist in. So outside of the MSP world and other small business areas, there are so many of those things where, well, Joe Schmo down the street is doing it this way, but that doesn't necessarily mean that same system and same thing is going to work for you and your people and your processes. And to be the most efficient, let's find and use and incorporate the ones that will help you better, because we are going to customize that for you. And it might not be the same system or piece of information or process that someone else uses, but it's going to be something that should work for you, because we've done that research. And it does take a little bit to get that discovery, to get that information. But once we have it, then we can help and almost see it in a different way than you could. And that's, I think, what makes it special. And bringing on somebody like a consulting group like us, we can help provide that other piece of things, but also that other eye or that other view. I don't know the right word that I'm looking for, but like that other perspective, I think, is really the word I'm looking for, in whatever way that is, whether it's marketing or the operations or systems perspective. That I think that's what makes us a little different.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think I'm going to tie it all in together because, like I had said at the very beginning, some of the biggest challenges that businesses have are within sales, marketing, and operations. And I think one of the even bigger ones is how all of those three talk to each other and how they merge, how they work with each other, and that kind of thing. In so many businesses, including my own as I was building them, there was so many times where it's either a marketing problem or it's an operations problem. And really, it's just a communication problem.
Yes.
So it's one of those where how do you bring all of these things together and help these businesses go through those humps, those challenges in those areas, especially at different times of business growth. So I think that's what brings us together, what makes us different, and the fact that a business could start with us, grow with us, scale with us. Yeah. And be able to move on to their own exit if they so choose. So,
which, hey, if you need help with that, we know somebody who's done it a couple times.
Yeah.
Right. So, hey, that's why I say we're not your typical consulting firm. We're not the cookie cutter type of place. We're definitely more customized about you, your business, helping you grow in your way. And I think that's also a key. It's your way.
It is. It's your way.
Right? It's like Burger King. We're like the Burger King.
Well, I don't know. We won't.
Okay, maybe not fast food like that.
Yeah,
we do Five Guys at least.
Yeah.
So.
There are some better burgers out there, but I did not just say that.
Hey, but Burger King's marketing works, right? We know it's from them.
Yeah. Yeah. They're the king.
Oh, love it. Love it. So, just had to point out, and maybe this is how we wrap, right? The lovely cookie cutters that we have.
Oh, yes.
What is up with them?
Yeah. What's up with those cookie cutters?
Hey, we're not.
How do we get a bowl of cookie cutters?
Ordinary agency there. Yeah.
There's a lot of different ones.
There are a lot of different ones in there. They look great.
Yeah. You know what? In the nearly 20 years that I've been in this industry, or at least in the IT world, also having to do marketing and all of that sales, I have to say, there is not a single MSP that I've ever met that operates or works as any other. So for me, at least, there's no reason why cookie cutter systems should exist or work in that way. But I think there's a place for everybody.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it may not be for everyone, but definitely for those that are looking to stand out, do something different. cookie cutter systems aren't for you. So
Yeah.
all right.
Very
And with
good.
that,
Yeah. Well, I mean, are there any other questions that we might be able to answer, or did we get them all answered?
so I have a question here. Someone was asking, so what are the services that you are offering? Which is great. Great
Yeah.
question, right?
That is a great question, actually.
I guess we do
Probably
need to
answer
do
that
some
one.
kind of work, I guess. We can offer something.
Right. It's not just about having fun. So some of the services that we're offering, as we're talking about, we do consulting across the board, sales, marketing, and operations. And so one of the services that we offer on the marketing side is, besides the consulting aspect, so fractional CMO as well, but more so of the management side. You want to talk a little bit about that?
And so these are things that we can help many, not just the MSP sector, right? Not just the IT world, but any SMB, any small and medium-sized business out there looking to grow their sphere online, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn, or whatever it might be, any social network, a blog site. We can help with content management, and so that's a big added there. And content management that is specific to you and specific to your client, not just, hey, here's an article, post this because 175 other people posted it. Very
Meaningful.
tailored. Yeah.
Oh, love
So
it.
that's anyway.
Yeah.
That's one of the services we offer. So it's a great fit.
Yeah.
And then on the operation side, again, with the consulting side, so we do have fractional services, but
Yep.
beyond that, Leslie, you want to touch on a little bit more of what we do on that?
Yeah, on the operations side, it's going to be a lot of kind of really figuring out how some of those pieces work together, how to incorporate that communication internally, and making sure that your processes are set up in a way from all the aspects, not just the marketing piece, but your day-to-day operations, your managerial operations, whatever it might be, and making sure that that communication is there. And then also that your systems, because I'm a system software person, so I'm going to make sure that the systems are working for you and not against you. That's one of the things I say is make sure you're using systems that work with you and that you can get more out of. Whether it's something you already use, you're like, hey, we're already in this, we need to figure out a better way to use it. We need to figure out these new features. We'll kind of dive in and help some of that on the system side. But also if you think about it, just figuring out how better to help you communicate to your people, to your customers, and make sure that you're making a difference in your operations, on a day-to-day basis, on a monthly basis, on a yearly basis, and we'll help with some of that advisory too on all those pieces that will come together, as you will see, to make sure that you're operating, efficiently and communicatively. Is that a word I can use?
It sounds like it's strategery.
I think I just made
It's
that up.
fine.
Strategery, yes, the strategery of it all. So on the operation side, just like your day-to-day, the nitty-gritty. Some of the nitty-gritty, some of the higher level, but definitely some of the operational aspects there.
Absolutely. And we bring these resources all together for small businesses in a affordable way. That way they can scale their businesses, get to exits or retirement, whatever that may look like, right?
Yeah.
5 years, 10 years, 20 years, whatever. Yeah.
20 more years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another 20.
Yeah.
It'll be our second 20. It'll be.
Yeah. It'll be
hey,
it.
I've got a question here. What is Sibyl? What does it mean? Can you
That
give us a meaning?
is a
behind
great
it?
question, Adam.
That is a great question. So what Sibyl is, Sibyl is a prophetess or an oracle from the Greek or ancient Greek culture. And so it's basically a person that someone went to in order to be able to ask for help or advice, especially when it came to their future. And they just weren't sure, looking for clarity, things like that. And so that they would go to a Sibyl for help in that sense. And so I fell in love with that name. I felt like it was something that I I associate with, or it was just something that called to me in the sense that I love to be a person that people go to and ask for help and so that was where that came from. It was just like, yep, I will help with your future and kind of thing. So it was like, yeah, I love it. So that's where it came from. And I didn't want to, select Oracle, although it's kind of the same. And I thought it was like even cooler, but Java, Oracle,
It's already taken.
Kind of hard to take that. But I also thought of, Batman's helper eventually becomes Oracle. So that's, anyway, there goes some nerdiness for you.
Yeah. I love it.
So nerdy, I didn't even get it.
You don't know Batman and Robin?
No, I
Or
do.
like,
Yeah,
okay.
I know. I know
Is
Batman and Robin.
That was it, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I was like, wait. Now I'm
Batman and Robin. So,
questioning myself.
Maybe I didn't get it either.
Batgirl becomes Oracle.
I had no idea.
At the end,
Yeah,
yeah.
I didn't know.
So she's who was on Batman's ear, basically, helping him out.
I'm not a DC guy at all, so sorry. That's
Not a DC guy, not Star Wars guy. I mean, come on, Adam.
Marvel. I do like Marvel.
He's in marketing, guys.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's horrible.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Well, did we have any other questions here? I think that was
That was it.
it, right? Okay. Love it.
Looks like it.
So yeah,
Well-
those were all of our questions that we had that people had asked since our launch of last week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or whenever it was, 2 weeks ago. I don't know when it was. Anyway, it's been a while ago.
Feels like it.
Yeah.
Feels like it for
Yeah.
sure. But we're just getting started.
Yeah.
So if you're a business owner out there, in the service industry, a service provider, you're looking to grow your business, make a difference yourself, we're here to help, whether it's for marketing, sales, operations, bringing it all together. We are your one-stop shop for that.
Yeah. A free consultation,
Absolutely.
right? So if you just have questions
Yeah.
and you want answers, hit Nancy up. She's full of them.
She is.
I don't know if they're always the right ones, but I will have an answer.
Yeah.
Or I'll find someone that has an answer too.
For
That-
sure on that. Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
All true. All true. I believe it.
Perfect. Well, stay tuned to see what is up with Sibyl Consulting Group, where we go, and everything that we'll be here to offer.
Yeah, we're
So
looking for more fun down the road.
That's right.
gonna be good.
If you want to stay involved or stay ahead of the curve, feel free to join our community that is available on sibylconsultinggroup.com. It is a free community with free resources. You'll find us in there just wandering about, looking for people to talk to because we get bored sometimes. Just kidding. We're not. We don't. But we're there. We're there to hang out.
And we are very community driven.
Yes. We love our community.
So,
All right. Till next time.
all right. Bye.